If you could, would you eat and drink chocolate, crisps, biscuits, or cookies if you prefer? I know from my friends from America, they say cookies, alcohol, massive burgers and fries, cakes, and any other indulgence you can think of every day for the rest of your lives? Would you? If you had that choice, and just imagine getting the old, like, a big old juicy burger, getting that down your scrag, following up with all this cake and, like, loads of Dr. Peppers, or get a few glass bottles of wine down your scrag or whatever. And of course, got to have some beer, haven't you? You could do that, would you? I'll be honest with you, I've had days where I've gone down that, maybe not quite to that extravagant extent, but certainly having me time. Well, I've got one of these, mate. Although I am losing it. And I'm losing some weight as well. I think you find I've probably already lost it. Anyway, shut up, guys. Get on with it. That's question one. Question two, I ask you, what do vegetables, what do they mean to you? What do they do to you? Anything? Or you just think like, oh, look at that. What's the point of that? There's no flavour in that. And question three, yeah, this is the big one. Do you want more energy? Have a think about that. Do you want more energy? So, as you ponder those questions, I'm just going to read this little bit, a few little lines for you. Let these words sink in here, and then we'll have a little chat about it. Sound good to you? Okay, so I want to say it first. Look after yourself. With the crops of this good earth, there lies sustenance. So, as we ponder those questions, so I'm sure we come to question one. And, if we could, would you eat chocolate and everything else for the rest of your life? It sounds really appealing, doesn't it? When you think about it, I mean, because we get this beautiful
Oh yeah.
taste going down, in your cream, and you get the old crepe. And I've been there, you get that good flavour, you just can't munch it, munch it, munch it, think off, because unfortunately, it's a weird, insidious thing going on here, but people, I don't know, this may sound like a conspiracy theory or whatever, but in that food, there's something that just makes you want to keep going. And these food manufacturers are not silly. They're going to get your attention and keep you piling it down there and getting yourself more of that feel-good feeling just by eating. And because eating as well, it's for some of us, it's like an escape, isn't it? It's escape from the worries of this world. I'm just going to eat and eat and eat, and I don't care about anything else because this just makes me feel good. And I'll tell you now, isn't those? I'm not going to mention no brand names. I don't want to get into trouble, but those long cylindrical tubes of crisps. And I've done that where I've eaten one. I thought, well, I'll have a couple of them, and I'll put the rest aside. Before I know it, the whole flipping tube's gone. Because I swear there's some flipping thing in there that just makes you want to keep eating. Yeah. And on top of all that, so you got all that nice flavours, but how much money do you think they're spending on all these flipping fancy adverts and stuff? You look at these packaging, it invites you to go, buy me, buy me, buy me. And then when you buy it, eat me, eat me, eat me. There's this crazy thing going on. And we are sucked into that world, aren't we? We are 100% sucked into that. And it's the same with your beer, your vino, and pretty much everything. And you look at those cakes where they spend a fortune on this, like, indulgence, this extravagant cake, this red velvet cake that's just waiting to just gently permeate through your whole taste system, illuminating your taste buds, salivating with each and every bite until you can have no more. And once you've eaten that, and they'll say, and have you tried our sister range? They are not silly. And we're not silly, I'm not saying we are, but we can be, how can we say it? We can be influenced by quite a degree by these adverts. And you throw your little kids in the mix as well, when they're all saying like, Mummy, Daddy, go and buy me, blah, blah, blah. Got to get some sweets or whatever. All from a very early age, we are indoctrinated into that. I'm no different, I'm sure you're no different. I like my chocolate, I love it. I like my cakes. But I know deep down it ain't no good for me. And when I said to yourself, do you look after yourself? I've got better at it, but there are still certain things that I can certainly avoid, and and I'm like many of us. I'm sure there's many people out there on the cusp of that. When you get that diabetes warning, it's like, Gary, you're treading a fine line here. So I've been told I've got to take a few steps, and I'm taking those steps. But it's hard when literally everywhere you go, people are saying, "Yeah, eat this, eat me, eat me, eat me," and like thinking like, guys, I'd like to eat, but not necessarily that kind of like item. And it's can be a tra challenge. And so I say to you guys, what do veggies do for you? What's vegetables mean? I mean, you're looking now. I mean, it's kind of hard to make sell a flipping potato, isn't it? Unless you put it in some fancy. Although having said that, potatoes ain't actually that healthy. It's a little thing to think about. Well, they're not if you got what I've got, because they're full of carbs. So, but on the whole, we'll use that as an example because it is not exactly appealing, is it? It's just this lump of flipping, I don't know, lump of mud, isn't it? Looks like it. And we're supposed to like put that into our digestive system, or let's put it into our shopping trolley first. And you think, I suppose I'll get one of them because I suppose I have to really. But you put that potato with this beautiful shiny package of this shiny cake. Where are your eyes going to be drawn to? Unlikely they're going to go over it from the potato, are they? They're going to be drawn to that shiny packaging, that lovely cake. It's going to come down for you later and cause you God knows what grief down the line. But these are the things we look at. I mean, you look at something like, I don't know, a cabbage. A cabbage. Come on, what am I supposed to do with that? Looks like a blooming broken football. It's not exactly the most appealing thing you're going to have. But the thing is, they're packed with blooming flavour. But we turn off from it because it takes a bit of effort. You got to cook it. Well, flipping out. I'll get a blooming cake. I can just stick it down my scrag. A cabbage, I've got to boil it. I've got to make some effort. I've got to cut it up. Put it in there. But them things are good for you. That they actually permeate through your whole body system and get in the goodness. We want the goodness in us, don't we? Surely. Um, but I mean, what do you think about vegetables? What are they doing for you, if anything? Or are you one of those people who say, "Oh, I don't think that"? But it's difficult. I'm not getting over that because the vegetables kind of like hidden around the corner, or it's the bit that everyone walks straight past to get to the good juicy stuff, isn't it? So bear that in mind. We do have to be a little bit mindful of what we put in our bodies. But when you think about it, we have all these chakras going through our body, don't we? From the crown. Well, it's a few more than a crown, but we'll use the main ones from the crown right down to your base or whatever. If you're not sure what chakras are, because I'm sure some of you might be looking at what's Gary on about, I ain't got Scooby. They're kind of like energy centers, and they have certain colours associated with them that kind of like resonate throughout our lives. But this is the thing. Try, if you can, to get yourself in the habit of getting a few rainbow foods. So what you talking about, Gary? Rainbows? What are we on about, mate? Rainbow foods are ones with all the different colours. So you think to yourself, like blueberries, that'd be brilliant for the throat. You've got like, you got your cabbage, you got your cucumbers, you got your cornflakes, although corn I've heard might be a bit funky, but I like corn, I don't mind that. Uh, broccoli. I mean, think about broccoli, yeah? You hold a broccoli out like that, what's it remind you of? It's like the old lungs, isn't it? And this is the thing, this is the crazy thing. They actually correlate with those organs. So it's like a mimic. So surely if you start eating broccoli, you're doing your whole breathing system a bit of good there. Get your breathing out, work on that. The old noggin up here. Look at a walnut. What's that remind you of? Just like your brain, isn't it? It is literally brain food. So, and that is a no-brainer. So eat some of your walnuts. Like everything else, don't go crazy. Everything in moderation, of course. But when you start doing that, you're doing your body a little bit of good. You ain't doing it no good chucking all that other crap down your throat, are you? Or, so just be aware of it. That's one bit. Now, I'm not going to be a killjoy and say don't eat the other stuff because I think we have one life. experience what we like. What I am saying is just moderate it. Find a balance. What I do, and this is actually really good for you in a way, even though it's probably doctors will say otherwise, but I have myself a little day where I eat what the hell I like. So like today, if it happens to be a Monday, I will throw all that stuff down Miss Gregg. Well, not so much, but I will have some of that stuff and enjoy it because we should have those little places. But then you appreciate it more because it's something to look forward to. But there's a little side effect from what's if you suddenly cut down all that sugary stuff, when you have something after you're not eating it for a while, you really flipping taste the sweet. Jesus Christ, this is flipping a bit much, mate. It's a flipping, no, is this? And you realise then how you've been tricked all these years because you know that ain't such a great thing to be putting into your energy, is it? And this leads me really to the third one that I spoke about, which is, do you want more energy? Or do you want to get into that slovenly state and just mooch about all day? Now, I've done both. A few years ago, I was pretty fit. I used to do karate. I trained 4 or 5 times a week. And some of those sessions on a Saturday was mad. We'd train for like 4 or 5 hours and think nothing of it, but what fazed me in the least. But honestly say that's not going to happen now. I can't even probably walk down the road, I'll get out of breath these days. But so I've gone to both extremes. I've been to the extreme, like, sort of eating fat. Although, to be honest with you, I didn't really care too much what I was eating back then because I was keeping myself fit that way. It was sort of like with the workouts, everything else. I kind of counterbalanced that. But then if I would have been smart, if I'd have been a bit sensible and had eaten properly, then the benefits would have been so much more, wouldn't they? I would have really been putting good stuff in and getting great results from it as opposed to reasonable results. So there is that factor, and it does build your stamina up. It gives you that little bit of buzz. You think of a nice lemon drink, it's like first thing I think of is zest. Yeah, energy, straight up, no brainer, and it's good for the old liver as well. Lemon, same colour. It's sort of like works on that because the solar plexus is that sort of what we call this sort of like yellowy colour, and so yellow goes with the solar plexus. This is how it works. It's so easy. So really kind of get into that energy of eating and drinking the right stuff because it does make a difference to your energy. And I'm sure not all, I mean, some of us might want to go up, like get up. Oh, I suppose I better get up. And then when the doorbell rings, you think, oh, for God's sake, I've got to get out of my chair now. That's so rude of them. I'm playing a flipping game here. I'm on Diablo 4. I'm just about to kill, like, the big boss, and I've got to go up and answer the phone. Or dog, how inconsiderate are these people? And then I'm going to get back, sit back down again, stuff my face with a load of crisps or whatever, and nice big can of Coke, because, this is thirsty hard work. This is, just loosen my shoulders up a bit, all that. But these are the kind of energies that we can slumber into. So if we get those rainbow fruits and sort of like vegetables into us, we give ourselves a better chance. But I am obliged to say, you know, do have a chat with the old quack, the old doc about certain foods, or you could even just look it up. Let's be honest, most doctors these days Google anyway. But have a look on Google and see what those potential side. I'm really talking about carbs here. And I know some of us have had intolerances as well, so you do have to be a bit careful. But common sense, guys, just use common sense and get some of Mother Nature's good energy into you because you get the good energy into you, you're going to feel fine and you're going to feel better. You're going to feel like you want to do something. And it's a win-win, isn't it? Win-win that will get you motivated, get you moving. And I hope that really does make sense to you. Um, we come to this part of the video. I just want to say all this sort of thing, where I build sort of like words on top of haikus. And I can say this now because I know the only people that are going to be here, the ones who are actually genuinely interested. So this will mean something to you. Is I actually put these into these little booklets. I'm going to actually eventually going to have ones that I'm going to sell. But for the moment, I've got a nice little freebie for you. If you want that for yourself, just type in booking in the comments and let me know. And all you got to do is fill in a simple form that I'll direct you to. Yeah, I'm going to get your email address. That's the exchange. You give me your email address, and then I'll send you that. So there's a little exchange going on, and then I could probably tell you about what else is going on. It's like a small price to pay, in my opinion, but you do have that choice. But if you want that, just let me know. I'll bang it over. I'll buzz it over to you. My pleasure. And also, what are you? What are your eating habits? If you don't mind sharing, tell me your advice. What do you advise? Um, what's your favourite food? And be honest. You might tell me, actually, Gaz, I like the old flipping chocolate, mate. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you, I still bloody do. But put down what your favourite food is. And if you ask me now, Gaz, what's your favourite food? Oh, that put me on the spot. And it ain't no good for me, but I love it. It's the old Indian food. I love a jalfrezi or something like that. Mate, that is the nuts. But if you ask me what my favourite health food is, it's probably, if I'm honest, probably a nice bit of cabbage. It's a cabbage with a little bit of, it's sort of like mixed in with some other stuff as well. Cabbage mixed. Oh, I like the old seafood stuff as well. I don't mind some of that, a few little prawns or something like that, or mussels. That's a good. I know some people will be turning their stomach at that, but there you go. From a southeast London, quite a delicacy. But let me know what your favourites are, and as always, really appreciate you coming here. If you like this sort of thing, there's a little subscribe button. You can press that if you like. But if not, I just want to say thank you for coming along, sharing your time, and allowing me to wax lyrical about blooming food. Till the next one, much love to you all. Take care and thank you so much.